Peter will be at the Central Mosque, Bida, Onitsha, to felicitate with Muslim brethren at Sallah. You see? So Peter Obi not only go to churches, he also goes to mosque. Even during the campaign, when the campaign started around September last year, 2022, he also visited some key emirs in the north. He even went as far as visiting, what is his name? The Islamic scholar, the retired army man that is always mediating between the government and the bandits in the north. Gumi. Yes, he visited Gumi. Okay. But then when he came to the south and started visiting pastors and Jews and churches, they put it that he is going to churches to campaign because APC is full of propaganda. Okay. Not to talk of now that they said they leaked the audio between him and Oyedepo where he's saying yes, daddy. And they are now multiplying it for so many things and are interpreting it in different ways in the north to incite violence, which is very, very bad. Now Salah is going on and he has gone to the mosque to felicitate and celebrate with them during Salah and nobody is talking. Okay, now election is no more. So did he go there to ask for vote? No. And unlike it had been confirmed that he has consistently and regularly, routinely visited mosques. And the Muslims in Anambra State can confirm to that. Okay. Peter Obi, presidential candidate of Labour Party, LP, and his entourage were at the Central Mosque to felicitate with Muslim brothers during Salah. The chief imam of Onitsha particularly remarked that the former governor always celebrated with them during all their past Salah celebrations, especially when he was the governor, that he always invited them to the government lodge, okay, at Anambra to celebrate with them, eat, dance together, and gave always. The Imam of Kankaka, Ja Abdullahi, also remarked that when this particular mosque was demolished, that Obi visited and rebuilt it to what it is today. Okay, so you see, so they're saying it. The chief imam of that mosque is saying it, that even when it was demolished, that it was Obi that came and rebuilt it to what it is today. So he didn't start it. That is just his nature. Unfortunately, bad politicians in Nigeria who are actually seeing him as a threat, that when he gets there, they will have the opportunity to steal, are actually the ones that are generating and creating propaganda at all levels to give him a bad name. Because they have tried everything to destroy him by way of blaming him for corruption, but he has no corruption charge on him. He has no corruption case on him. He has nothing on him to hinge on him. So the next thing is to be watching his footsteps to be able to raise propaganda, just like they did to Jesus. Okay, when the Pharisees and the Sadducees and even the Jews traced Jesus, they couldn't find him for anything. They just put something on his neck that he was blaspheming the laws of Moses, blaspheming. So that is exactly what they're doing to Peter Obi. They don't know what to do with Peter Obi. They've done everything, and the man's wisdom is off the roof. They've done everything to catch him in all corners. He's smarter than all the APC politicians put together. He's smarter than all of them. They don't know where to hold him. Now, he has gone to mosque to prove to them that it's for everybody. The other time he said there's poverty in the land, both north and south. Okay? And he's going to start from the north and to manage issues of poverty. The next thing, they went to multiply it and said he is trying to name shame the north because of poverty. Okay? Using poverty to name shame the north. Does that make sense? Does it make sense? Propaganda will not help anybody. The truth of the matter is that they hate the Igbo man. They hate Igbos and they don't want Igbos to become president in this country or to lead in the helm of affairs in this country. That is why someone like Tinubu, during campaign, he was making all forms of promises. But look at his inauguration committee for the swearing ceremony. There's no single Igbo man, even the APC members among them, in that inauguration committee. Okay, I think now Jay Boko in Lagos is complaining. He doesn't know where to complain to. He's complaining, but then yeah, he can't help it. Okay, Algis Okalo is there fighting to become Senate president, but he's not even regarded at all in APC. All of them are there. Governor Hope Uzodinma is there in Imo State. The Governor David Umahi is there in Ebonyi State. Tinubu did not say anybody to include there because it is obvious and it's proven that these guys, the Fulanis, the Hausas, and some Yoruba politicians hate Igbos and typically don't want Igbo man to become president in this country. That is what they're doing. Eh? And that is exactly what they're trying to do to Peter Obi, to make sure that he does not become the president of the country, no matter how clean he is. They will do everything to make sure he does not get there. And that is what the Fulanis, the Hausas, and the Yorubas have sworn. But not all Yorubas anyway, because someone like Padevanjo has been very, very good and has been very honest in his judgment and has been doing very well. Even the Labour Party, we have a lot of the Yorubas, a lot of Southwest supporters are Yorubas. They are not just Igbos. Labour Party is for everybody. Peter Obi is for everybody. And they know it. And that is why it's a threat. In fact, the people is actually Nigeria versus these old brigade politicians. Let me put it right that way. It's Nigerian youths, Nigerian citizens against the old brigade politicians. The only unfortunate thing there is that the old brigade politicians have also indoctrinated some young Nigerians, some youths that will think they're supposed to take up the helm of affairs on the platform of genuineness and honesty. But unfortunately, they have also been indoctrinated. Can you imagine the likes of MC Oluomo one day now will come out and say he wants to be governor of Lagos, or will come one day he wants to be member of the House of Rep or a Senate, or if Tinubu gets to Abuja now as president-elect or eventually become president of Nigeria, the next thing you are going to see MC Oluomo to be among the kitchen cabinet making decisions for Nigeria. My God, that is how bad it is. That is really how bad it is. So Peter Obi is just like last time they were saying that when he was the governor, I think one Hausa man was accusing Peter Obi that when he was the governor of Anambra State, he was making visa or ID card for all the Hausas and the Northerners in the state, in Anambra State, to ensure that they keep track of the activities and keep track of their numbers and what they are doing. But they have come out to the Hausas that have been in the Anambra State, even during that time Peter Obi was the governor, have also come out to say no, it wasn't so. But Peter Obi has been the best governor that has always joined them in everything they are doing and identified with them. But because they don't want Igbo man or Peter Obi to become the president of this country, they are creating all forms of propaganda, things that never existed, things that do not matter, and to hang it on him. I wonder how far they will go with all of that. So Peter Obi has been to the mosque and has joined and identified with them during the Sallah celebration, just like he has been doing with Christians. So he's not one-sided because he's a leader. He's not going to, support one side and push one side away. And that is the characteristic that all that old brigade politicians don't have. They believe that you must come to them. They believe that they must suppress you and dominate you. They believe that they must disenfranchise you to lead you. And I don't know how long that will continue. But I thank God for what played out during this 2023 election, because it has proven that Nigerians are tired, and from now on they are going to keep revolting until there is a change in governance. That is my submission, and I'm sure that is the way it's going to happen going forward, because this one now has actually opened the people's eyes that these politicians don't like Nigerians, don't have interest of Nigerians at heart, and the next is to find the best way or to continue the struggle to retire them forcefully and send them home, so we can have a change of governance and then a fresh air to breathe in Nigeria.